what we do is that if a board member, for whatever reason, has to leave the board, in retirement, sometimes they just get to the point where, oh, I've been there now long enough, and that person leaves, their replacement is someone along the same line of that they were. So, in other words, if for instance, the fire chief retired, well, in his place on the board was the person was his aide. So it's not necessarily the fire chief anymore, but we have fire department representation. The same thing with the police department. At one time, we had the police commissioner was on the board, but a member decided to run, a police department member decided to run against the commissioner, and he won.
Huh.
And now he's on the board. But so we don't have any problem getting the right person. I mean, I see to that.
So in that particular instance, was that sort of a what was seems like kind of an interesting story. What was the backstory to the
police department?
The internal police department kind of contesting over that seat?
Well, what happened, there was a little friction, I believe, between the union and the way that the police union felt that the chief was doing his job, and so he challenged him, and the rank and file policeman voted for the new person to take the chief's spot.
And was that voting? Are the board seats set up so that it would, if there's this police department seat, was it just the police officers voting in that election, or was it members from other parts of the credit union too kind of had a say?
There were members. All at that time we had like maybe 70,000 members, but anyone had the opportunity to vote for that. And of course, the officer that took the commissioner's spot was a very popular person. Everyone knew him, so he got the votes. So it was nothing that the credit union didn't have anything to do with it, but the person was well accepted by the credit union board members also. So it worked out just fine. See, we have an annual election every year, at least 3 or 4 board members are up for election, and everyone is notified that those seats are open. And if you were a member, you say, well, I think I'd like to be on that board. You can definitely run for it, and if you got the most votes, then you'd be a member. So
how often, that was one example, but how often have there been those competitive things, and is that really kind of like one of the few examples, or
that only happened once?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because now every year when they have the annual election, the sitting board members naturally are running, but no one challenges them. It's amazing. But still, we have to go through that process. It's a law. We have to do that, and all the members. We have 100,000 members now, but everyone knows exactly who's running. They know, and no one challenges.